What's going on, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. Uh, Open topic tonight. Uh, I'm on a little later than I would like to have been. Would have liked to gotten to y'all a little bit earlier, but time always seems to get away from your big brother. It's like the busier you are, the tougher it is for you to keep a hold of time, unless you have somebody that's helping you keep that time. And unfortunately for your big brother, I'm pretty much a one man operation around here. So I don't really, you know, I do the best I can. Let me just let me just say that, man. And that's not an excuse because we got to get better with time. I gotta be more active in terms of getting places early. Sometimes it's not always enough to get there on time. Sometimes you got to get there early. But what I want y'all to do right now for me is click the like button for those of y'all who are just coming in, just and you haven't clicked it yet. Y'all might be watching, just kind of chilling. Just do me a favor and just that little thumbs up. Just go and hit it for your big brother, man. And we're gonna get right into it. As y'all can see, this is open topic tonight, but there's a couple of things I want to discuss. I know people are wondering about, the Tyree Nichols situation that happened in Memphis with the police officers that murdered um, our brother. And we want to definitely make sure that we bring some attention to that and make it understood that we don't appreciate murder and brutality and mistreatment from law enforcement. Matters whose skin is in or who did it. Matter if it's a white police officer, matters if it's a black police officer or anything in between. Um, we don't condone it. We don't like it, um, and we hope that justice is brought to that brother the same way as if it would have been anybody else that did that to him. Because I watched the video, which I kind of came across it by accident. Normally, stuff like that, I don't really like to watch it because it changes my mood. And it's pretty much the same thing all the time, man. And just you just get tired of the same repetitive situations. But I was scrolling and I came across it and I watched it, and to see those men just beating that brother like that, man, just punching him and beating him the way they did, it speaks to a deeper sickness that exists within them, within those five officers that did that to Tyree Nichols. And with all of the problems that we have had in terms of black people being brutalized at the hands of white law enforcement, and a lot of them being slapped on the wrist or acquitted after being charged, and in some cases not being charged at all, to see those black police officers do that to another black man, you are totally disconnected from that struggle. And you have a self hate that exists within you that causes you to do that, because the principle is the same as it is if it was anybody else, any other law enforcement that have done that. Whatever the scenario was, whatever the situation was when you're trying to apprehend somebody, or once you got them, you got them. Once you have them cuffed or once you have them under control, you got them. But to keep, just not forget keep, to start hitting and punching, and you getting out whatever you got in you, you getting it out at the expense of this man. After that, whatever you get, that's what you deserve. So we don't want to keep, that's right, D-Town, self hatred, and just a need to um, demonstrate that on your own brother, who obviously they didn't see him as a brother. They didn't see him as a brother. They may have thought they was getting some kind of stripe. They may have thought that they was getting, look at me. Look at me, master. Look what I'm doing. You know, but the crazy part about it is, you know, blue lives ain't gonna matter when it comes to these black cops. See, they not gonna get the same backing that it would be that they would get if it was white officers that had done this, or traditionally when they come out to really protect and defend, they're not gonna get the same. But that matter of fact, I already seen mugshots. So it's just idiotic, and it's sad um, for brother Tyree Nichols, but I can't feel sorry for those officers that did that. I can't feel sorry, because if you got that much hate in your heart for your own people, then then may you be turned over to this system for them to do whatever it is they're gonna do to you. Plain and simple. We've seen too many situations like this, and we still fighting that fight. Families are still suffering and hurt and in pain behind loved ones that have been lost, and the system not taking accountability or enforcing accountability on any of the officers that did that. The officers that killed uh, Mike Brown, officers that killed Alton Sterling and Philando Castile and Sandra Bland, and all these people that are still just living their lives doing their thing. So for you to know this history and you go out and do that to another black man, then may they have you. We turn you over to them. Let them do what they may with you. That's just my view on it. I can't speak for nobody else, but that's my view on it. But this is open topic tonight. Um, yeah, because I don't want to keep talking about that, man. This is open topic tonight. We got a lot of things on the plate, and we'll get it on. We'll get it on, man. So anything y'all got on y'all mind, feel free. If y'all want to go back into that, we can. You know, the topic is open, so I'll be reading y'all comments and see what it is, man. BGN, what's up, BGN? We'll be out your way in April. We coming back in April, James. Hold on, y'all, real quick. Let me cut this thing off. I don't like that noise. I forgot about that. Sorry about that. Yeah, pepper spraying him, and you see that cop couldn't stand it when he got some on him. Yeah, man. I mean, self-hate is the only way I can describe it. You know, sometimes people with a heart, people with some kind of heart in them, we look at stuff like that and we try to figure out what will make them do that. Like, why would they do that? Why would they keep just beating? Because when people like that look at him, that's something that they see in him that they hate about themselves. That's all right though. If your hatred for your own people is that powerful and it means that much to you, to where you give up your life, you give up your freedom for the rest of your life, then bye, because that's what's gonna happen. They're not gonna get no slap on the wrist, and they shouldn't. They shouldn't. Smooth Jeff, forgiveness. What is that? What do you mean? What are you talking about? Forgiveness for who? Please elaborate before I misinterpret, so that I won't misinterpret your comment. Forgiveness. Why'd you type forgiveness into the thing? Make me understand. Make me understand. How's your week been going? How's my week been going? My week been going great. D-Town Sounds. I'm just busy, but I always like to make sure that I mention to y'all to understand that being busy is a blessing. I made a video about that a long time ago. Never complain about having work to do, especially when it's your work, especially when it's your business, your efforts, your company, your ideas, and all these things are in motion. When you busy doing you, even if you currently working for somebody else, take it as a blessing because there's a lot of people that don't have jobs and they struggling to pay their bills, they struggling to make it, and they would love to be busy, but they're not. So never complain when you got a lot on your plate. Just clean the plate. But yeah, my week has been going great. Um, we'll be in Canada next weekend. We're coming to Toronto, Canada. So all my homies and homettes that are on here that are in the area that are close to Toronto or in Toronto, Canada, anywhere near, be sure to come out and check us out. If you want me to put that in the chat, the information, I will. If not, then I won't. I'll put it in at some point, but if you don't want it in there right now, if nobody's ready for it now, I'm not gonna waste my time typing it. Phantom Face, I'm great, man. I appreciate y'all asking me. How you doing, man? Hope you doing well, man. I know you going through some things yourself, so I hope that I won't call it a healing process. I call it a coping process. I hope that your coping process is going good because you don't never truly heal. We never truly heal from losing a loved one under any circumstances, but under tragic, um, unexpected circumstances, that's something that you don't ever really get over. You just learn how to cope with it over time, and time kind of makes it doable. Yeah. What's up, Dougie Doug? DJ Rec in the building, man. Shingun, I like him. I always liked him. I liked him last year. He's gonna be good. He looks good when they give him the ball and let him initiate the offense. I don't like him bringing the ball up. I mean, occasionally it's cool, but I don't like him always bringing the ball up. They that coaching staff empowers too many people to bring the ball up and initiate offense. I don't like that. It should be relegated to a couple of guys. But once he gets the ball in that point center position, I don't have no problem. Is that Haley or Hallie B? I appreciate you for being here tonight. If you're not here tonight, if y'all ain't here tonight, I would just be talking to myself. I talk to myself anyway, and y'all do too. Don't be acting like y'all don't act like y'all don't talk to yourself, bro. Don't do that. Don't do that. Do not sit here and act like you don't talk to yourself. Everybody in here talk to yourself. Talk to themselves. David Simmons, I appreciate the kind words, man. Blessings to you and your wife. Appreciate that, David. Spaz One out there in Cali. And Jimi Hendrix, Boxcar Jimmy. That's right. Boxcar Jimmy in the building. It's open topic, man. Yeah, hit the like button. Whatever y'all have on your mind, on y'all's mind, let's get it on, man. Let me put this address for Canada up here, man. I will be there. I'll be there a few days, but this event is on the 4th, which is next Saturday, I think. There we go. Meet and greet. It'll be a meet and greet. We're gonna do a Q&A, and I'm gonna perform at the same time. So I'll be performing at that spot, at that address that I just put down for y'all. So y'all, if you're in Toronto or close by, come hang out with your big brother, man. Come hang out with your big brother. Okay, David Simmons. Okay, Halle B is your wife. Okay, that's what's up. We got a family up in here. It's a family affair, like Sly and the Family Stone said. I don't think you're normal if you don't talk to yourself. Y'all know good and well when y'all at home walking through the house, y'all be okay. Let me see what I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and wash these dishes. I'm gonna having full conversations with yourself. If you say you don't, you a lie. That's right, Lorenzo. Appreciate that. 666-420. I talk to myself and answer myself. Archangel. Memphis 10 boy. What's up, Memphis 10? I hear Memphis. I take my mind right back to Tyree Nichols. Psychedelic drugs. I don't do any drugs of any kind, so psychedelics would not be a topic that I would be qualified to speak on, Castaneda. If that's what you're talking about, I know psychedelics. They be hallucinating and spaced out, unless it's another layer to it that I don't understand. Glandor said my grandson thinks T-Rash is nice. That's that style of music they into. Donaldson Davis the third. Respect, man. I see you. AI art. Would you ever use it as an album cover? Give me some examples. I've been hearing about that. I've been hearing about that AI and all this different stuff. I would have to see it to know if it's something that I would do. I know that you get down, for y'all don't know, for y'all who may not know what I'm talking about, if y'all see the name BGN79 in the chat, that's my homie BGN, man, from Colorado. And he's done a lot of my album covers. If y'all been listening to my music, there's a lot of the album covers. Tell them some of the album covers you've done for me, BGN. Let them know some of the album covers. Just type a few of them in the chat, so they'll know who you are. See, because a lot of the homies be in the chat that are really, really, really have been part of my team, man, and just for years and years and years. And a lot of people don't know y'all because they so humble. They come in and just unassuming, and they just blending in. But these are giants, man. So let them know. Just type in a few of the covers that you've done. Some of my main stuff, man. Some of the stuff that y'all know and love. Some of the albums that y'all know and love. This brother has done the covers. Jay John, what's up? Big Red. Mode or Culture. Hello to you. Appreciate you being here. Lester, how was the M1 B-Day party? It's next week. It hasn't happened yet. Now, Lester, you asking me how was the murder one? And now if you want me to, Lester, I can do this now. I can go into the future and I can see how it turned out, how the show turned out, and I can come back and tell you. but it might take me a while to go to the future and then come back, and I got to do this chat. But it's next week, so if you can make it, Lester, go on, go, man. February 3rd, Murder One birthday bash. I don't have the information in front of me, but you can put it off offline. Go on Facebook, and I know he has the information. So yeah, go check it out, man. It's always a dope event. So go support my brother Murder One. I'll be in Canada on that day, unfortunately, so I won't be there. Yeah. Is that Dangalangman? I don't like the way that sounded. Supposedly, the people who don't speak to themselves have no soul. Really? You got to talk to yourself. You got to talk it out. See, there are things that exist in us internally. You know, there are things that come about that build up in us internally, and you got to get it out. That's like when you work out. A lot of people work out to get stress out. They work out to get bad elements from their body out, you know, to lose weight, to get fat out or off. See, so you work things out from the inside out. So even when you talking to yourself, you talking through it. And like somebody said, they don't answer. I talk and answer. I'm having a full-on conversation with myself because you talking it out. Sometimes when you walking, you may take a walk or go for a run. You talking it out. You thinking. You got to get it out. You can't let stuff stay pinned up inside of you like that. Elizabeth Zion, what's going on? Seen a lot of new names, so if anybody is in here for the first time, man, I appreciate y'all's attendance, and I hope that I don't bore y'all to the point where you don't want to come back no more. Feel free, but make sure you subscribe and hit that like button like ASAP, like right now. And for those of y'all who are not regulars in here, you know, when I do my lives, I cover a lot of different topics, but I also do a lot of open topics because I like to interact and bounce thoughts and ideas and information off of y'all, and y'all bounce it back off of me. So tonight is one of those nights where it's open topic, where people can ask questions and, you know, chop it up. Astro Hippie up in this thing. Much love to you. Yeah. Prophet Gaming up in here. El Soul up in here. Stan says we create our own reality because we are the world. We are the world. Y'all remember that? What's up, Torrance? I seen you slipping in the room. BGN, you put it on there? Where's that? DJ Rec, appreciate you, Dougie Doug. Thank you for the love, Dougie Doug. Now look at the album covers that BGN has done, man. Y'all see BGN 79. For those who've been rocking with me and supporting me for a long time, y'all will be familiar. He did the Family Business cover where he drew the animated faces of us. He did the Triple Darkness, all three. He did Fear No Evil. I'm forgetting something. He did Alien Baby, one of everybody's favorites. He did the Alien Baby album cover. He did Time Traveler. I thought you did book number 7. Did you do book number 7? The Ineffable Peculiarity. What's going on, man? We got some new names up in here. Walaikum salam, Brother Chris. Good to see you, man, as always. I told you when Brother Chris come in, I can get a little more perked up. Glandor says, what song of yours do you hear or listen to and say, yeah, I clowned on that? At the risk of sounding real arrogant, I got a few of them. You know, sometimes you know, okay, look, I'm gonna give you an example. Sometimes you know You did your thing. You ever seen a baseball game and dude come to the plate and he hit that home run and he just stand there and just admire it. He knocked that thing out the park while it's flying. He ain't running around the bases. He just looking at it. He like, yeah, I knocked the cover off that thing. I put that thing in the parking lot. Sometimes it's like that when you know you was in a good zone and a good writing, creative pocket, and you put together something that's dope. And even when you listen to it years and years later, you know that God blessed you that night. You was like, ooh, I was in the zone that night. And you can appreciate the work that you put in and the for me more so the craftsmanship in terms of if it's a song where I'm putting a lot of uh, what I believe to be dope bar brackets, multi-syllable brackets together, and it come together just right. And I don't listen to my music a lot, so when I do listen to it, it's almost like I'm hearing a new song because it's been so long since I've heard it that I listen to some of my songs not even knowing what the next line is. Like, what I'm saying, so I'm listening like, ooh, I'm reacting like, ooh, like wow, you know. So in that regard, yeah, I got a few songs like that. It's mainly a lot of my lyrical stuff, but some of my more reality-based songs too. You know, if I feel like I hit the nail on the head in terms of um, covering the concept, then yeah, I might. Your big brother, I might give myself one of these every now and then, but you know, then you bring yourself back down. You know, don't start smelling yourself too hard. Relax, young fella. It ain't you. It's the creator that blessed you to do it. Yeah. Yeah, y'all see all these covers that BGN have done, man. So when y'all see BGN 79 and check, this just ain't just somebody that's in here. That's my guy, man. That's my guy. We haven't done one in a while either. We need to get one in, Jay. Jay John, is the SPC album still in the works? And are you working on a new masterpiece? The SPC album is finished. It's done. And I'm gonna tell you what happened, Jay John. This what happened. We had a studio session, and the intention of that session was for all of us to sit down and try to select which songs were going to make the album because we recorded 20 something songs, and naturally all those songs can't fit on the album because you know we still pressing up CDs now. We do it digital, yeah, but so we had to leave some songs out. So it was tough to go through that process of picking and determining which songs were gonna make the cut. So we landed on about 16. We landed on like 17 songs, and but some of them didn't make the cut, and all of it was good stuff, you know. But it's done. So we probably gonna look at maybe March putting it out. So you'll see it. D-Town Sound. That's a great question. Said when can we call in? We working on that. Well, I'm working on that as far as this channel, but on my podcast channel, Underground Dialogue Podcast, y'all subscribe to it right now. On my podcast channel, we're going to do some live stream episodes just like this. We're going to do some live stream episodes where we interact with y'all live on the podcast and set it up where y'all can call in as well when we on the topic. So that's coming soon. I mean, real soon. It ain't no coming soon like, yeah, you say it's coming soon, but then 2 years later you still ain't did it. No, we working on that. We getting ready to put that together. So we'll have a number that y'all can call when we're covering the topic on the podcast, and then y'all can call in. But I'm glad you brought that up. So in the meantime, be sure to go subscribe to the Underground Dialogue Podcast. Do that right now. You know, a lot of y'all have subscribed already. I appreciate that, but y'all not watching the content. You know, the views reflect that. You know, so I don't know if y'all ain't watching or if I'm being shadow banned. It's one out of the two. Because the subscribers are there, but y'all not watching the content. So y'all missing out on a lot of stuff. And I ain't saying it because it's me and because it's us. me and Keisto. I'm not saying it because it's that. I'm saying it because we dropping a lot of information, man, that we know and believe, humbly feel like it's valuable, you know, and y'all ain't tuning in. Plus, we got some dope interviews so far. We just started doing this, and we already landed some dope interviews, and we got another one coming. We just interviewed D-Rec from Rec Shop Records, you know, legendary Rec Shop Records, man, and he just dropped a new Dirty Third movie. So I was like, man, this is like down south royalty, man. So y'all gotta really go support the podcast channel, man, straight up. And we trying to make it easy for y'all because I understand we are an extremely impatient. We are extremely impatient as human beings. So when y'all see something, oh man, that's an hour and a half. You don't want to sit down and watch something that's an hour and a half, you know, unless it's messy, unless it's some nonsense. Then we all in. We want to see 3 more hours of it. But if it's informative, a lot of times that's boring to y'all, and y'all don't want to watch it. You know, you got to grow out of that though. I'm the same way. Sometimes I be wanting to watch some. Oh man, I want to see that. Then I go to it and I see that it's 2 hours long. I'm like, oh, I ain't watching that. So we all got to grow out of that. You know. As my husband says, this is Halle B speaking, not me. The 6 P's. Perfect planning prevents piss poor performance. Yeah, no question. And failing to prepare is preparing to fail. Hungry Joe say he subscribed to the podcast. See what I'm saying? Sin Loke. What's up, Sin to the Loke? Off the Chain Records is in the building, man. My homies out there in Corpus Christi, Texas. I see him doing this thing all the time, man. Doing big things, making big moves. I saw the pictures from the flip in Slim Thug show. That was dope. And there's something else I wanted to say to you. It just shot right out my brain. But if it come back, I'll bring it up. But yeah, Sin Loke up in this thing, man. One of the realest, coolest cats I know, man. Out there grinding out there in Corpus Christi. So you know it ain't, come on, Sin. You know. You already know. I ain't got to say it. Motor culture. Can I ask you a question? Can you tell us the feeling you got when you realized music could actually be a successful career for me? It was a light bulb moment. It was a light bulb moment because to be honest with you, mode or culture, to be honest with you, like a lot of us, when we started doing rap, we just doing it because we love to do it. We were just loving hearing Run DMC. I'm from the old school now. We was listening to Curtis Blow and Grandmaster Flash and Sugar Hill Gang, and we just loved to do it. We were just trying to emulate those guys, the people we looked up to. But what happened for many of us is that as we started to rap ourselves, we started getting good at it, you know? So when you start getting good at it, then like I say, the light bulb moment comes where you're like, wait a minute, I can put out a record too. I can try to do this too, you know? And that's what happened. So it was more of a, just like I say, a light bulb moment to try to feel like I could accomplish it. But the good feeling came in when you started to be accepted, you know, and that came before the music because, you know, we was doing talent shows and, you know, I was battle rapping and getting in contests and I was doing all that way back in the days. So I knew I was all right because just in the streets, you know, the crowd responses and stuff like that, and your name buzzing, people want you to come rap at their party and do this and do that. You know, people, I had homies that were in the hood that'll come get me, snatch me up, and come make me battle this dude. Hey man, I got my boy, and put me in front of him and like eat him up, you know, like things like that. So I knew I was good. But as far as crossing over into that business side, that industry side, where it's like now we going in the studio and we formulating songs, we have to understand song structure and all that type of stuff. That's a different realm, but and it's a different level of the unknown, because now, okay, yeah, I can rap in front of a crowd of people and make them go ooh ah whatever, but what's gonna happen when they hear this song over this beat, over this music? Are they gonna like the music? Are they gonna like the idea I made? Are they gonna say the song corny? Is it whack? So it puts a different kind of pressure on you. So when you finally go through that phase and then you still get some acceptance, then you like, whew, okay, all right, I must be decent. So you keep going. You know, when I was about 16, 17, about 17, and we put out our first record. I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna show y'all something real quick. See, in 1987, this the first record that I put out. This the first record that I ever made right here. This vinyl right here. This came out in 1987. This is my first recorded anything, right? So, wasn't no CDs, and we didn't print up cassettes. This was just a single, right? So what happened was, the local radio station, just like the local radio station in y'all cities, they have this segment. They had a segment called "Rush It or Flush It." That's like in another city it might be "Pump It or Dump It." In another city it might be "Play It or Spray It." Whatever it is, it means that we're gonna play this record and we're gonna let people call in and say, should we rush it, which means we're gonna play it and show it some love, or should we flush it? I mean, it's trash. And that's like the biggest pressure, man, when you are at the mercy of the people. You know what I'm saying? You at the mercy of the people because your record is playing, you're sitting there listening to it. Now we are at home listening listening to live radio, listening to callers call in, and the guy says, such and such, rush it or flush it. And somebody goes, flush it. He's like, oh, it's then okay, next caller, rush it or flush it. And somebody go, rush it. And so you want the rushes to outnumber the flushes. And luckily, we was blessed that the rushes outnumbered the flushes. And it gives you a confidence, because who knows what would have happened if they'd have flushed it. I know I would have kept going. I would have kept going, but it still is a dejection that you're gonna go through when you feel like the masses that you didn't deliver. You know what I'm saying? So it's a good feeling, man. But this is a competitive thing, and you got to do it. Astro Hitler, can you put the podcast on an RSS feed to use on podcast apps so I can listen easier at work? I don't know what all that is, man. I can't lie to you. I'm gonna have to holler at Keisto. He's the technical guy. He knows all that technology. I just show up and start talking. I'm not familiar with that type of stuff. But I don't know how it goes down. I don't know how hard it is. It's hard for you to listen to YouTube at work. You can't plug in and just get on YouTube in some kind of way, listen to it, or like is that the only way? I'm just asking. I don't know. Sean, is that Parmesan or Parmesan? What is that? I see you, Lavish Logos. Where you been, man? Lavish Logos. I ain't seen you in a while. Them logos must really be lavish. What's your question, Sin? I'm just seeing that you said that. What's your question, homie? Kendrick Wynn, do you smoke weed? No, I don't smoke weed. I don't smoke weed because I have no need. I can use my own brain to create dope seeds. Who saw the guy on Project Veritas? Thank you, Big Red. He said the Scarface interview was good. Thank you, Red. Appreciate you watched it. We got interview with Scarface. We got that ESG interview was dope. Don't sleep on that ESG interview, man. Is that Bobo 423 up in this thing like chicken wings? Phantom Face, they hit him with that street corner flow. People be wondering who the best is. Look at that boy that I battled and then go ask him where his chest is. I ain't gonna say the rest of it. I was a little more raw back then than I am now. A little more polished in my older age. Yeah. Marty Marr, how many pair of lokes I got? Man, look. The loke game was the loke game be fluctuating, bro. I'm gonna tell you why. Because I'm pretty good with my lokes, bro. I don't dog my lokes out. I can rock one pair of lokes. I can make them stretch probably for like a couple of years. You know what I'm saying? I can go a couple of years because I don't dog my lokes out. I don't just be like, I'm throwing them. You know, so I've been had this one pair of lokes for a long time because I had some other ones that I had a long time, and then eventually this thing here broke. And one time I did a show and I set them down, they failed and all kind of stuff. And then I had a custom made pair for a long time that had my name on the side. Shout out to Sadie Lane. And I make them last, but I try to get backups because it's a spot in San Antonio. Shout out to San Antonio. It's a flea market in San Antonio. And this is where I get them from. These don't come from Houston because I haven't seen none of these in Houston since back in the late 80s and 90s. You know, these are kind I like. So the spot in San Antonio at the flea market, anytime I do a show or event in San Antonio, me and Murder One, we make sure to go stock up. We at least get 2 or 3 pairs to have extra. But let me show y'all something real quick. Hold on. So I've been rocking these that I got on, but the last time I was in San Antonio, I had to grab a pair. I had to get an extra one. You know what I'm saying? Haven't even wore these yet. So there it is, Marty Mark. I only got 2 though. These and the ones you just saw. Next time I go to San Antonio, I grab about 2 or 3 more just to have them. Then one time, I'm gonna tell you a story, Marty. I was at a mechanic shop a few years ago, and this dude that worked at the mechanic shop, he saw these. See, everybody don't know the value of these lokes. See, I like them to go straight across, no dip. I don't like no dip. I don't like the sides all wide. You know how the side be way too fat on the side. See, you can't beat these. It's nice and sleek, straight across, just like this. Just the best. These are the best ones you can get. But the dude saw these. I just showed up and I had them on like this. And he said, man, where you get those from? I said, man, I got these in San Antonio. He said, man, you want to sell them? I said, nah, I'm good. I'm good. I don't want to sell them, man. You know, I had a couple extra pairs. I think the dude offered me like 30 bucks for them, 50 bucks. I still didn't want to sell them. But he was just so adamant. I took the 30 bucks. He wanted them. I was all like, cool. Bub, what's up, Bub G? Well, we got the whole Off the Chain family up in this thing, man, tonight. Sugar Hill. That's why I recorded that record at Sugar Hill Studio. Yeah. What's up, Tony? Talk about the importance of creating your own organization. A lot of us ain't even talking about that. Yeah, well, the key word is own. When it's your own, that means you own it. It's yours. You call the shots. See, one thing you got to look at, we live in a cancel culture. So, but the cancel culture is predicated on us being a part of systems and institutions that we don't own. So that is what empowers people to be able to cancel you because they have the power to shut you down. And even if the cancellation um, is coming from just regular citizens, people in the comment section, people on social media, it still creates enough of a uproar to make the people who sponsor you or the platforms that you are on or the place you work, it makes them spring into action because they feel the pressure of the backlash. So if you got somebody that does something racist at the park, like these Karens or something like that, and then it goes viral. So now the people are all in the comments. Ooh, look at this lady. They find out who she is, and da da da. It makes it all the way back to her job, and her job don't want that kind of heat on them, so they fire her behind, right? So, and that's a negative example. But sometimes you stand on truth. Sometimes you stand on principles, righteous principles, and they don't like that, so they come out to try to shut you down. But if you have ownership, if we own whatever it is we're doing, whatever it is, I don't care if it's a tire shop, whatever it is, then can't nobody fire you from what belongs to you. So that's freedom in that. That's power in that. So that's the importance of that, just just in a nutshell, you know. Man. And yeah, see BGN. So see, you gotta refresh my memory. So you did the SPC logo, right? That logo that you see behind me on my wall, that's like that's our iconic logo now. That's it. And like you say, people got this tatted on them now, man. So that just came out of your mind like that, man. That's crazy, man. King Los. I heard of King Los. I've heard of him. I'm not just deep familiar. Bobo, can we talk about the value of the family unit? The family unit is everything. Strong family, strong nation. That's the teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Strong family, strong nation. The family is the foundation that weaves everything together. So if you got strong families, so it's a strong family here, it's a strong family here, it's a strong family there, a strong family here, bang, 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 bang. What do you have? You have a strong community now. So everybody's rooted in those principles and living by those principles. The community is stronger. So the family unit is very important. Family is second only to God. So you got God, family. And part of the reason why society is dealing with a lot of the ills that it's dealing with is because of the breakdown of the family structure. The family structure has been so corrupted and broken down that it's reflective in what we see in society. So we got to get back to that family presence, that family importance that will cause us and put us in positions to be better, for our children to be better, and for us to do things and build things for them and have that generational um, wealth, but also that generational love, those generational principles. See, we are victims of generational bad habits. We are victims of generational negative thinking, generational scamming, generational poor diet. We eat chitlins because grandma ate them. We get high because when we was 5 years old, mama used to get high in front of me. All these different things. So generational, they call them curses, but it's really just bad habits that we see our family members doing and go, okay, well, I guess this is how it's supposed to be. So granddaddy went to jail, uncle went to jail, my daddy went to jail. I guess I'm gonna go to jail too. Somebody gotta break it. Hungry Joe, I appreciate the love, man. Walaikum salam. Tell us about the game goes on. I'll tell you about the game goes on. Who's familiar with that song? Yeah, I'm taking questions, El God. Go ahead. I'm taking questions. Brother Chris, what do you think about these police using robot dogs that has killed 2 brothers so far that I know of, and now they're talking about using robot lawyers? They going in. Yeah, man, look, what I'll say, and this me talking, I just believe that at some point these devils are going to become the victims of their own. They're going to be the victims of their own technology, because the technology is not used to make the society better. The technology is used as a weapon, and in a lot of cases, to your point, it's weaponized against black people. So a robot dog, well, a robot dog can't be much worse than the real dogs they've been using against us for centuries and decades now in our lifespan. But maybe the robot dog got something that they do. Maybe the robot dog, I'm just making up stuff. Maybe he got a taser bite. He bites just like it's a taser. You just can't put nothing past these cats, man. You just can't, man. I had never heard of that till you just said it, but I know it's true. And a robot lawyer, what is a robot lawyer gonna do? You know, we've been railroaded by the human lawyers, so I mean, you know, anything that comes out of their mind and out of their system, we'll be a fool to think that it's going to benefit us. Do you like Diabolic the rapper? Yeah, I do. I really do. I like Diabolic. Book number 7 is a favorite of mine, even though it's the strength of Peter Best's photography shining on that one with them. Yeah, but you know, come on, BGN, you still bring it to life, man. You still bring it to life. Hold on, I gotta go back. Somebody asked me about the game goes on. What you want to know about the game goes on? Yeah, for sure. Let's do that, BGN. Johnny is free man. Do you think music can be used to heal folks? Yeah, I do. I posed that question one time on one of my videos just to kind of put it out there and see what other people thought about it. But I do believe, because it just, you know, sounds resonate and vibrations resonate. And I've even been, you know, just checking out and hearing about the sciences of sounds and music, to where there are certain sounds that ignite certain triggers in our mind for the good and for the worse. So music can heal, just like it. If somebody asks you, man, can music destroy? Can music bring negative feelings? Then that answer would be yes too. But yeah, it can absolutely heal, because a lot of times, you know, you've been down. You was like, I'm just in a bad mood. I'm not feeling right. And the right song come on, it'll pick your spirits up. I might get in trouble when I say this, but that's part of how they get you in the church. They talking and they hit that note on that organ, and that note resonates through your system, and next thing you know, you doing a backflip down the aisle like Martin Mama. Y'all hit the like button if you haven't already, man. We closing in on that 100 likes. Quick survey. I see a lot of new people in here, man. Who has not subscribed to my podcast channel? Not this one. but the podcast channel. Who has not? If you have not subscribed to the podcast channel, just type in me. Just say me. If you haven't subscribed to the podcast channel, just say me. Johnny's Freeman. No, I've read that one already. Who did the production on the SPC album? We got a bunch of producers, man. We got, of course, Dopey, one of the inventors of the South Park sound, along with our brother Egypt E. We got, because the SPC album wouldn't be complete without no production from Dope E. We got Big Swift. We got Mike B. We got Joe Trax, Bionic. Who else did this? Ice Lord did production. Who am I forgetting? But yeah, we got a bunch of diverse production styles on the album, and I think y'all gonna really like it, man. Yeah. Tony says they've been holding these situational conditionings for a while. Don't look like they meant when they signed laws of equality and stuff. Oh heck no, you right. Nah, they just talking. Hold on, I gotta catch back up. Sin, did you ask the question? No, let me see. Okay, I'm too far down. I gotta catch back up. My bad. I be going up and I come down and I be all out of whack. Y'all be asking stuff and I see it 85 minutes later or something. Let me come on. Let me come back up to actual time, to the real time. Rush it or flush it. Magic 102. That's right. You show right. Because it wasn't no 97.9 back in them days, you know. And Magic 102 had not too long started playing rap. Yep. I'm looking for your question, Sin. Did you ask it? I got lost. I'm lost in a sea. I'm lost in a sea of comments right now. The comments be coming and you scroll and all of a sudden your eyes start messing with you. Boss Life, G Talk TV. One of the hardest records to come out. Man, I appreciate the love. Yeah, man. If y'all don't know what it's like to have your stomach touching your back, y'all ain't been through nothing. Hellraiser, K, would you ever be down to collaborate on some merch, shirts on artistic project? If I send you some photo, I mean, yeah, we can talk about it. Email me. I'm always down. If it makes sense. If it makes sense, it'll make dollars. How about that? I'll say it in reverse. They say if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. And they say if it do make dollars, it makes sense. I say if it makes sense, it'll make dollars. Okay, there we go, Sam. Can we talk about what happened in Memphis with the police? I talked about that as soon as we started the live, Sam. You came in the middle, but that's the first thing I talked about. So when we get off, you'll have to go back to the very beginning, and I covered that. I talked on that. That was the first thing that I went into. Yeah, man. These cats, I don't want to say they'll never learn. They're gonna learn. They learning now. Them dudes, they learning right now. They sitting in there right now feeling like fools because they gone. Ain't gonna be no administrative leave and misconstruing and intentionally trying to finesse the game where they gonna get off. They done. You don't get the same privileges that the white police brutalizers get. So you hate your own people like that to do that, they're gonna be like, we're gonna treat you like one of these in the streets. Finna hide you, buddy. All 5 of y'all. Yeah. Robot lawyer. I'll be my own attorney. You know what they say about that? They say the person who defends himself in court has a fool for an attorney. Mimi says, yeah, certain frequencies can do. Yeah, I've been studying on that. We're gonna do a podcast episode on that. Okay, so Reginald Austin, Born Again, Boswick, G Mac. G Mac say not sure. Zachariah X. Go to the Underground Dialogue podcast. There you go. Y'all hear my typing skills. And subscribe to the channel and check out the content. And click the bell so you can get the notifications. It ain't enough to just subscribe. You got to actually click that bell so when I post a video, it will give y'all that alert. And I ain't posting every 2 seconds, so y'all be like annoyed. Oh man, oh my phone. No, it's just put out about one episode a week. Yeah. Black people won't bow down forever. That's right. That's right. Because we're gonna be forced to stand up. It's already getting to that point. El Sol. Wow. Said the person that killed my homie was only 14 years old. Wow. See, man, that's we gotta get our young people, man. We have to, man. They got to feel that love, man. They got to feel that love because if they don't, they're gonna unleash that anger, man, in the wrong way. They're going all love, sin. They're gonna release that anger in the wrong way, man. About a year and a half ago now, I converted a line from a song of yours from English to hexadecimal and got it inked onto my arm. Man. Shinobi, do you think that the weather craziness is because of end times? Skies are changing too. Yeah, absolutely. God carries out a vast part of his judgment through the weather. And a lot of people like to give man a lot of the credit for what God is doing. And so they'll say it's um, HARP, or they'll say it's the scientists tampering with the elements and all that. And they do that. But when you see certain calamities, you got to give God his props. So it is it is attributed to the times that we living in, because the enemy is so arrogant. He's so low down to where he feels as though, just like what Brother Chris was talking about with technology and all that, he feels as though he's a God that's comparable to the real God. He competes where he thinks he's competing. He tries to compete with the real God. So he does his thing. And while he's doing his thing, the God's doing his thing. So they'll try to do their little stuff, but in the end, you can't be wiser than the God. You just can't. So anything that they try to do, God already knew, and he already is the master of the little bit of technology that they got. Any innovation that they come up with, any new technology or invention that they think that they come up with, it pales in comparison to what's in the mind of God. It don't even compare. It's laughable. So you can build your little rockets, you can create your little drones and your weaponry that you think it's not gonna matter. You can make a nuclear bomb. It's not going to matter. Because God can create a tornado that can destroy the base where you keep all your stuff at. He can send a hurricane that will just wipe everything out. He can flood. He can bring torrential rains that'll flood out anything that you're trying to scheme on. You have no wind, and it's not even close. It's like watching Mike Tyson in the 80s and the 90s. You done put together a whole fight party. You done invited 75 people to your house. You done paid $90 for the pay-per-view, made all these arrangements, and Mike Tyson knocked the dude out in 55 seconds. That's the fight between God and Satan when it really come down to it. Y'all click that like button while you're at it. If you haven't already, if you're just coming in, click that like and go subscribe to the podcast. Let me show y'all something real quick, man. A couple of things. A lot of people have been asking me. They've been like, "Hey, man, when you gonna restock on your book?" Well, we've done it. You know, the books are back in. I appreciate all the support for making them go out in the first place. But this is my first book, Life Lessons and Lyrics. Some of y'all have it, some of y'all don't. This is my second book. I don't feel like taking it out the plastic, man. So Behind These Bars, this breaks down the lyrics. If you want to know how my mind works when I'm doing my thing, this the book you need. If you want to know how to deal with so-called writer's block, this the book you need. You want to know how to put together bar brackets and syllables and all that and know how to write, creatively write, this the book you need. You can go to, I'm tired of typing in websites and stuff. But if you want to order those books, because it's limited edition again, SouthParkCoalition.net. I asked, can you speak on human rights abuses in hospitals and the misinheritances to sons and daughters in our communities? A misinheritance is learning. I'm not in the medical field, but I am familiar with abuse that patients endure in like hospitals and like I don't want to call it the old folks home, but that's the best thing I can think of right now until y'all give me the proper term. But yeah, when you put your people in like old folks homes, a lot of those people, a lot of those places are real abusive to those people, man, and to the elderly, and they don't take care of them. Sometimes they don't clean them. You know, they mistreat them. They've been caught on film a few times, throwing them around and hitting them. And, you know, so you got to be real careful when you decide you want to put your parents out to pasture. You ain't got enough time for them to live with you. Mama ain't finna live with me. I got a life. Yeah, but you lived with her when you couldn't take care of yourself. So you got to be careful with them places and be real selective to make sure that you put your people in a place that's not going to be abusive and mistreating and all that. Now, the misinheritance part, I'm gonna have to, check that out because I don't like to speak on something that I'm not really up on. You said misinheritance is learning. If you meaning passing down learning, I'm assuming, then we can't pass down something that we don't even own or have ourselves. I can't leave you a house if I'm renting an efficiency. I can't leave you any assets if I haven't accumulated any assets. I can't leave you any money if I haven't accumulated any money. So, and again, I can't leave you no knowledge if I didn't have none myself. So every one of us has to be educated. We got to learn. We got to teach each other, not have envy and hatred towards each other. If it's something you know, let somebody else know. Take these lokes off. Something you know, let somebody else know. Boss Life said, I was at Watkins in Sunnyside. Woo, that's legendary. Getting a Tahitian treat. Come on, man. You just went back to the old school, old school. That Watkins, man, that's like, man, Watkins been there since, man, I think Watkins was around when the Native Americans was at Tahitian treat. When I was little, man, I drank so many Tahitian treats, I started hating them. I used to drink the hell out of Tahitian treats when I was young. Ill 179, London up in this thing, man. That's what's up. The UK is in the building. You got to be in war mode against these devils. Destroy or be destroyed. Unfortunately, you're right, Joseph. Appreciate the sub, Zachariah. Yeah. Jonathan said, we definitely can mindfully innovate and develop technology, taking our environment and the laws of the universe fully into account to create what I hypothesize to be a solution. See, it's not the technology, it's the misuse of it. That's the problem. These things are not harmful in and of themselves, just being it. They're not harmful like that. They harmful when somebody, they say guns don't kill people. People kill people. Yeah. You set a gun down on the table, if don't nobody touch it for 100 years, they ain't gonna do nothing. That gun is not just gonna just one day just pow. It takes somebody to get the gun and bring it into action. It's the same thing. I ain't gonna say we, they create and invent things, and then they study and research and use science to come up with things, and then the first thought that they have was something that could really be good and beneficial for humanity. The first thought that they have is to figure out how to destroy with it. That's it. Let's make an atomic bomb. Why you want to make an atomic bomb? So we'll have the power to just detonate it and destroy a whole nation if we want to. That's a heck of a way to think, man. Retirement. Yeah, man. NLP, you know what, NLP? I'm glad you said that, man. Man, you know what? You all right with me. Just because you said that, I am going to take it out the plastic. You said that got to be the only book on the market like that. I would have to agree. Now, I'm not saying that there's no books on the market that don't teach like writing techniques, and I don't know. I'm sure too many books have been written for it to not be a book that demonstrates that or covers that. But I think that my book covers it on a more relatable level. I'm not going into the whole bunch of stratospherical crap that people can't understand and relate to, that the average person, because this book is not just for people who rap. This ain't a rapper's book. It's a book written by a rapper, but it's not a rapper's book. Anybody who wants to write can read this book and get something out of it, can be taught something and shown something. I say it all the time. This book should be in schools. That's what I say. So let's put that out in the universe. That book should be in school. It should be curriculum somewhere. Let's get to 100 likes, man. So I appreciate that, NLP. You brought that back to mind, man. Click the like button if y'all haven't, man. Let's get to 100 likes real quick. That's always our number. We're a small community. We're a small, humble channel. 100 likes is like big for us. On my God's Award track, Outside of You, I'm waiting on verses for Hakeem. Ooh, Hakeem Hashim. Ooh, you got some monsters on here. Ascari X. Ooh, I like to get Brother Nip, Dopey, and Big Wrath on it. Man, you trying to crack the universe. Man, look. Inshallah, you get all these people on that track. Whew, I'm glad I got mine out the way. I had enough problems keeping up with you. Yeah. Open topic, y'all. Appreciate the 100 likes, man. Whoever somebody just hit that like button and got us to that 100. I'm kicking stuff over. I was trying to stretch my knee. I played basketball today. Every now and then you gotta stretch that old knee out. All right. Senior citizens living home family should stick together. What the heck? I don't want to respond to that. We live in a design wicked system. That's right. It's still stinking now. You talking about Watkins? Hey, man. Watkins been there since 1825. That's crazy, man. All technology will inevitably be abused by special interests. Yeah, indeed. Like taxation. When's the last time you were on your site? The Southpaw Coalition site? I was on there a few days ago. I was on there a couple of days ago. We got to update the site. Some of that stuff been on there since. Some of that stuff on there older than Watkins. And for y'all who don't live in Houston, Watkins is a little grocery store in the hood that been there forever, getting rich off black people. We got Watkins right there on Cullen, and we got another store on Martin Luther King called Sheffield that been getting rich off black people for about 50 years too. And I stopped going to Sheffield a few years back because me being aware that they have made millions and millions of dollars off of black people, and me being aware that they post up right in the hood for generations. I went in there one day and I asked them, could I shoot a scene to a video in their store? And they told me no. They told me no, flat out. So my thing was, well, y'all make all this money, but y'all don't give nothing back. And I didn't ask you for no money. I didn't even ask you to sponsor nothing. And the scene was an innocent scene. It wasn't nothing controversial or nothing like that. But they told me no. So okay, well, you know what? You won't get no more of my money. I wouldn't buy a, a blow pop out of there. And that's what we got to do, man. We got to look. These folks have put their children through college off of us. Timmy Chan made like 25, 30, have made like 25, $30 million off black folks over the years, over the decades. These nail salons and all that, man, just exploit. Never give nothing back. I ain't never heard no story of one of these Asian nail salons coming and say, well, we're donating, we're gonna put 10 people in this neighborhood, we're gonna get them scholarship funds and we're gonna put them through college, we're gonna do this. We're gonna pay everybody in this apartment complex's rent up for 2 months. I ain't never heard nothing like that. They just take and treating you bad the whole time, disrespecting you the whole time. And guess what we do? I ain't gonna even say what we do. I'm gonna let y'all say it, because y'all know what we do. Yep. Well, my people, there we go. Shinobi just hit it. Yeah, Hellraiser, that's what it was. I was shooting a video for my bike. I ended up doing it at Kroger, the grocery store I was talking about. And luckily, it was a black lady in there that was the manager, and she let me do it. I gave her props because I guess somebody's like, I don't own the store. Go ahead on. And she blessed my game. Yep. The Gen Ra, they call black people liquid gold. I can believe that. Sean Cannon says, I wrote a song called Worth of a Soul. How can I send you a copy? Let's send it to my email. Yeah. Have you heard Token? No, I never heard Token, BGN. The rapper? Yeah. Drop y'all locations, man. Drop your locations. So I can shout y'all out, man. So yo, what I'm gonna be, this is where I will be. February 4th, man. Read the information. I'll be in Toronto, Canada. If y'all anywhere in the area, that's all the information right there. Come check me out. Las Vegas up in this thing. Chattanooga, Dallas, Columbus, New Zealand, San Antonio, Amarillo, Melbourne, Dallas, Georgia. What up, CDL? Panama City. Is that beach? Bryan, Texas. Bryan 979, Winston-Salem. North Carolina, Granville, Australia, South Sydney. Ooh, Australia representing hard up in this thing, man. Joe Wilson out there in the Northern Territory. Prayers for health, no doubt. Actonville, Canada. I don't know how far that is from Toronto, Mitchie, but if you close to Toronto, I just put the information. Come see me. Come see me next Saturday, man. I will be in your country. And BGN will be in Denver in April. Me and Point Blank and the crew will be in Denver. We'll be performing in Denver in mid-April. One of them 420 days. Portland, Oregon. There you go. What's up, Wise? I did a show in Portland one time, a few years back. DC Fly out there in Fayetteville. My boy Torrance out there in Milwaukee, my brother, came down to the H and kicked it with us last year. Francisco and D-Town repping hard today too. Seattle, Marcus Walker. Yeah. Lubbock, Texas. Maurice out in Chi-Town. Maurice, I'm coming to Chicago next month too. I'll be in Chicago. Coming to Savior's Day to see the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, inshallah. Okay, brother Chris. I love to see artists working. Katie Walk out there in Seattle. We was getting ready to come and do a show in Seattle, Katie and Marcus. Katie and Marcus. Y'all related? Katie Walker and Marcus Walker, both in Seattle. Y'all kin? Yeah, I'll be in Denver in April, Ocean. Yeah, Big Ock. Big Ock come flying in all late. That's my boy. You got the package? Okay, that's what's up, bro. Number love, man. Can't go a night without pushing the comic book. Come on now. Y'all didn't know I dropped a comic book too? I done talked about it on the last 75 lives. So y'all didn't know I had a podcast, didn't know I had 2 books out, didn't know I dropped a comic book. If you're interested in the comic book, okay, cool. I see the connection, Katie. Gotcha. I often say that's a heck of a I don't like to use the word coincidence. Birmingham up in this thing. Okay, Sean, I got you. Say, Big Ock, I'll be late everywhere. So don't feel bad, bro. We just got to work on it. Northern Arizona, G-Mac Supreme. Yeah. Yay. See? Y'all didn't know I had dropped a comic book, man. Look at the title. It's one of my songs. Produced by my homie Dollar Bill. Let me tell y'all how y'all can get the comic book. We got so much stuff going on, man, that it's hard to keep up with. That's the information for the comic book. Go to Martial Arts Production .space. That's right, Halle B. No such thing as coincidence. We don't believe in that. Yeah. How do I reach them three brothers? You said Nip, Big Rap, and Dope. I'll plug you in. I'll plug you in. Just remind me. I got the memory of a deranged monkey. Yeah. Yeah, Torrance, that's my goal. I plan on going to Savers Day next month. Yeah. Click the like button if you haven't already, man. I really want y'all to lock in to the podcast. Really want y'all to start making that a part of y'all's routine. And I'll do my best to make sure that the content is worth y'all's time. Because I understand, I get it. People are always pushing and promoting you to do stuff. But if people are pushing you and promoting you to do stuff, then the stuff got to be worth it. It got to be worth y'all's time and worth y'all's effort and all that, you know. So we all got work to do, you know. I've been seeing my mom brain make silly decisions. I'm tripping trying to throw healthier food at them. Sometimes it's a process, Will. Sometimes it's not easy because when people, this is what we got to understand. When people have been doing certain things all their life, it's hard to just make them instantly just cut it off or stop. You know, it's hard to do that, especially if our presentation might not be correct, because a lot of times once we come into a little knowledge, it makes us start to talk down to people. And I'm not saying that you did that, but you know, you start telling people what they shouldn't do. Hey man, you still out here eating that pig and that. And you telling them right, but it's a science to the way that you present information to people that determines whether or not they accept it or reject it. So you have to be real wise in how you speak to them, because people will feel threatened, that they not threatened like physically, like you're gonna do something, but something that they love, even when it's not good for them, they feel like, oh, wait a minute, you're threatening what I love. You're trying to take this away from me. And you're not really taking nothing away from them. You're actually trying to give them something. You're trying to give them the gift of knowledge and some, you know, better alternatives of food and whatever it is, advice, life advice. But you can't beat on people verbally to try to make them do right. You just can't do it, man. You know, it's times where you got to get firm and let them know whatever. But in the beginning, you have to show them, and you have to have something that to replace, you know, what they love so much. See, it's like telling the drug dealer stop selling drugs, and he making $1,500 a day selling drugs, and you telling him he should go work at McDonald's. Now, in principle, yeah, it's more honorable to work at McDonald's where you not. Well, hold on, let me rephrase that. It's more honorable to work at Home Depot, because McDonald's poisoning people too, just in a different way. But it's more honorable to work a job that may be bringing in considerably less than you was making as being a drug dealer, compared to being a drug dealer making all that money, but you poisoning the people on a daily basis. But even when you come like that, even if it's a brother or sister that have in their mind that they man, I don't want to be out here doing this. You absolutely right. I know what I'm doing to my people. I know this is wrong. I don't want to do this. But look what I made today. I'm surviving. I got a felony. I can't do nothing else. Whatever it is. So then they say, well, okay, well, what you got for me? And you go, I mean, I'll just give you some advice. You know, you got to go deeper than that. So keep working on them. You got to keep working on them, but do it with love. Do it with love. Because to attack somebody or to go in on them like that, it sets up a mind of rebellion in them. So even when you tell them the right, they reject it. Because they on defensive. They're on a defensive now. You know. Appreciate that, Frank. Frank say every video of yours from the last year and a half has at least a view with my name on. Thank you, Frank. Like the preacher say, can I just get one witness? Facts, and you have to back it up with research. Got to show and prove or not. Yeah, that's right. I forgot that part out. King is always running around telling people stuff. And you're not able to defend it. One of these Negroes gonna say, how you know? How you know that's true? Where you get that from? Prove that. And you be like, I saw it on TV. Saw it on YouTube. Suspect from Pearl Homes. I never gave up. What's up, my brother? My guys up in here, man. 30 plus. Mr. Right On, you got anything to say about this, or is it not allowed to criticize the Arabs? To say about what? I must have missed your comment. You got anything to say about this, or is it not allowed to criticize the Arabs? Make me know what you're talking about. Oh, why am I leaning forward so long? Big Ox say, why you always in here crying? Yeah, I'm lost. I don't know what's going on. What's going on? I thought did I miss something? Let me go back to find your comment. Let me see if you trying to start up something. See if I got to sing Michael Jackson. Y'all don't know what that is. There was an attack on a synagogue yesterday. Oh, I remember you. Okay, all right. There was an attack on a synagogue yesterday. Okay, so you asking me, do I have anything to say about this, or is it not allowed to criticize the Arabs? So you saying that some Arabs attacked a synagogue yesterday? Is that what you're saying? I'm laughing at Big Ock. So you say some Arabs attacked a synagogue yesterday? I mean, bro, look, man, because I don't know what the purpose behind asking me in the way that you asking me. I guess I do, but we don't condone no attacks on innocent people, churches and synagogues, and I mean that ain't something that any right-minded human being would look at and celebrate. But on the same token, there are certain things that may not always warrant a response. from me or from him or from her, and they may not always want a response. There's certain things you look at, and you look at the story and you say, man, that's messed up. You know, that's terrible. That's unfortunate. That should have never happened. And then you move on, not moving on in an insensitive way. You just move on because respectfully, I'll say this respectfully, my people deal with so many individual problems or collective problems on a daily basis that a lot of times we don't have time to dive head first into the misfortunes of somebody else because it's somebody beating the hell out of us over here. So if my house is burning and on fire and I'm trying to put the fire out, get my family out, save some possessions, I'm trying to do all this stuff that I'm trying to do. And as while I'm doing it, I happen to look over there and see that your house is on fire too. I might go, man, this house is on fire too. That's messed up. But I got to handle my business over here. So that would be the advice I would give to you and anybody who is affiliated with that situation. Then y'all got a job to do. Y'all got work. Y'all got to figure out what happened, what's get down to the bottom of it and move accordingly based on that. But it's not for me to every time something happens with my people or something that happens to something that I'm connected to always try to reach out to another group and say, well, what y'all got to say about that? We gotta handle us. We've been mishandled. So we know how the mishandling game works. And you say look at the news. Yeah, you can look at the news, but that don't always mean you should trust the news. Even if the information may be correct. Okay, they say this happened. Okay, this actually happened. But in this day and time, unfortunately, again, you got to fact check the news because they'll put a spin on something. They'll step on something. They'll remix something. And I ain't saying that's what happened in that case, but man, you got to fact check and double check and triple check everything these days because it's agendas flying and circling all around every day. But on the same token, like Shinobi just said, we either unintentionally or purposely take isolated incidents carried out by individuals and then try to connect those incidents to an entire group and say, since this person did that, their whole group, anybody who subscribes to that religion, that concept, that ideology, that's who y'all are. All the while, you would never want nobody to characterize you like that or your group like that. So these are the things that we have to be more broad-minded in understanding when we look at something that happens, and because a particular group may be fighting against oppression and an oppressive circumstance over a period of time, then something happens outside of that, and you say, well, see, look what y'all did. It don't change nothing that y'all did. I'm just saying. All right. Oh yeah, DJ. I know exactly what he's talking about. I don't know the story, but I remember him from another live. Big Ock had to kind of smack me up and make me understand. He had to kind of make me understand. Yeah. So And another thing, hey man, look, hey man, like any group of people that do whatever it is that they do and they stand on what they believe in, you can't expect them to, I don't want to say this the wrong way. Basically, let me say this. Anybody who has it in their mind, if it's a zealot, if it's just somebody who loses their mind, or if it's a group who has a purpose and whether that purpose is agreed on or disagreed on by the masses or whatever, when they go out and do something rowdy or do something out of pocket, yeah, they think they feel like they did the right thing. When them folks ran up in the Capitol building January 6th last year, whenever that was, they loved it. They were like, yeah, we're in here. Ah. You couldn't tell them people they weren't doing nothing wrong. You can tell them that that wasn't a riot, a freaking chaotic insurrection. They were celebrating. They was glad they did. They was kicking back and sitting in Nancy Pelosi's chair and doing all threatening the law enforcement who didn't do much to them. That's another story. So I mean, I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna leave that alone. Open topic, y'all. Open topic tonight. My boy, Olive Branch, Mississippi, man. Hope all is well with you out there, man. You know you my brother from way, way back. All the way back to the old school SPC weekend days. Yeah. Come on, Glandor, man. You know I shoot ball on the regular. You say, when the last time I shot ball? I played ball today. What's up with a game of horse? Do you really want to do that to yourself? Do you really want to do that to? I play horse a lot, believe it or not. A lot of times when we get through playing ball, not all the time, but pretty often, we might break into a game of around the world, a horse, some kind of shooting contest. We do that all the time. So you better have your trick shots and stuff ready if you want to play horse against me. Cause I'm gonna come out I'm gonna go in my bag. Crypto, now it's a new here and honestly not trying to lead this question, but I'm generally curious. Who do you mean when you say your people? I'm talking about black people. When I say my people, but also anybody that's like-minded, anybody that believes in freedom, justice, and equality for all people, then you can get some of that. But when I start talking about the oppressive things that have been done in this country carried out, when I say against my people, I'm talking about black people. Let's make that clear as a bell, clear as a cloudless day. I hope I answered your question. All air ball is a level. I'm not going to shoot an air ball playing horse now. I'm not going to shoot. I'm not going to. I've never shot an air ball playing horse, ever. I ain't got to worry about that. I win in horse with simple stuff. I'll stand right by the goal. I'll stand on the side of the goal, not facing it, right on the side, from about 2 feet and shoot a one-hand shot and just bloop, and that's the toughest shot to make. I don't want horses shooting free throws. Catch somebody who can't shoot free throws and just shoot a regular free throw. Give them a letter. I'm a scientist. Yeah, you go, suspect. They don't know how long I've been hooping. I'm still hooping. I'm still out here. It would be nice to hear you do one of your storytelling tracks with you and a few SPC soldiers telling them. Yeah, man, I've been having little ideas and stuff to try to just bring something different to the table. So you never know. You never know. Yeah, behind the backboard, that's like easy. Y'all might think I'm bragging about it. Y'all think, oh, he just said he acting like he. No, I really do stuff like that. I'm gonna put one of my horse games, around the world games, on YouTube. I got one of my round the world games on YouTube, I think. Where I was letting that thing fly. Yeah. Come on, man. So what does someone like me do that is mixed? I am black and white, but belong to neither cultures because I'm not black or white. Why would you say you don't belong to either? You're part of both. And you say, what do I do as somebody that's mixed? You live your life. You live your life and do right. Do your best to do right by people and by yourself. You're not in some neutral ground where you're in some kind of purgatory where you just, no, you're a part. I'm certain that you love your mother and your father. I hope, I hope you got a good relationship the way you love your mother and your father. Then they brought you here. There's nothing to be disrespected or be disrespectful or to have a feeling of no worth. That genetically you black. Make no mistake. But whichever one of your parents is white, they are one of the agents that's responsible for bringing you here. With God's permission. That's just the reality of it. Yeah, you say you shoot deep, but do you make shots from deep? It's a difference between shooting from out there and making it. I know a lot of people that like to shoot from way out. Steph Curry got everybody trying to shoot from way out there. But if it don't go in, see? What culture you were raised in makes a difference as well. Example, whites raised in black neighborhoods and vice versa. Yeah. That is the the external influence, being around, becoming a product of your environment. Right. But from the standpoint of nature and your nature, it's who you are. You are who you are. You are who you are um, according to your nature. But influences take effect. Oh my gosh, man. Everybody want to beat me in horse now. He said he gonna beat the brakes off of me too. Man, that mean I ain't gonna have a chance. Wow. Hey man, real quick. Um, Again, y'all go subscribe to the podcast channel. I'm gonna keep promoting that till wheels fall off. And I guess I'll go in 5 more minutes. Anything y'all want to get in real quick in these last 5 minutes, feel free to do so. Yo, Kay, I put you on to one of my coworkers. Now he hooked. That's what's up. I'm 31 and he's 52. He said he don't know who's on your level. He said he's been listening to rap since the early 80s. Hey man, tell him I appreciate that too. Make sure you tell your coworker we the same age. Nola in the building. Bro, y'all can't beat me, man. Y'all can't beat me. That wicked cricket jumper, man. You know that wicked cricket jump. He gonna cock that thing back like this. Switch to the other hand in midair. Francisco Jones said full court or half court. It don't matter. We play half court mostly. We play 3-on-3. But I play in leagues, man. I play in a league on Sundays. Full court. I play basketball, bro. I need a 10-day. No, I'm just playing. I'm a professional. Look, I am a professional hood hooper. Make no mistake about it, bro. I am a professional hood hooper. Even at my age. Trying to tell you. Y'all don't believe fat meat is greasy. Oh, at the talent show, I did win the talent show one time at Sterling. The first time I got in the talent show, suspect, they messed over me. They sabotaged me. I talk about that in my book. They sabotaged me. They messed my music up. I was in the 9th grade. Because they know what I was getting ready to do. But I ended up winning it later on. I missed them days. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Welcome to the 50. Well, you in the 50 club. Yeah, man. I ain't trying to say I'm awesome or nothing, but I'm just saying, man. I'm gonna repeat it before I go. I am a professional hood hooper. I mean, all the little anything that is taking place on a basketball court in ghettos and hoods, I've seen it all. I played against some of the best ball players that my area has to offer. I've seen them all. I played against dudes that I'd be like, man, this dude should be in the NBA. Amazing guys that can shoot, guys that can athletic, guys that can. It's amazing dudes, man. Happy B-Day, Big Red. Man, I'm out, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Blessings.